Greetings and welcome to our series of weekly devotionals. This week we're taking a look at a passage in 1 Corinthians and offering some thoughts for reflection. I remember once during a gathering, I think it was during Lent, I was talking about salvation and our understanding of salvation. And I talked about how the root word of salvation really means wholeness, this idea of shalom, and how I said that that's not something that any of us can achieve on our own. And of course, I was trying to just illustrate the fact of that we in our community sort of need each other. But someone in the group was very angry that I used that word achieve. And he said angrily, "We don't achieve anything when it comes to salvation. God saves us. We don't do anything on our own." And of course, I agreed with him, and it brought up, of course, this ongoing debate for centuries of works versus grace. Are we saved by what we do, or are we saved simply by the grace of God? And I always felt that to be a circular argument, because if we're saved by faith and by grace, we're going to want to do good in whatever capacity we can manage. But I think the word achieve sort of set him off. And of course, Paul would probably agree with him. Paul writes in this passage that he was the hardest working apostle that ever could be. He says, "But by the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace toward me has not been in vain. On the contrary, I worked harder than any of them," any other apostle, "though it was not I, but the grace of God that is with me." You know, in our society, we put a high priority on that word achieve. We try to have our kids achieve in sports and achieve grades. We want to achieve promotions and a high-paying job and achieve a big house and standing in our community. Achievement is an important thing in our society. But we are reminded in this passage that God's presence in our lives and God's sustenance, God's provision for us, God's manifestation and revelation in whatever form that may occur, indeed, God's salvation of us, all of it, is grace, is pure gift, is a gift from God. Amen.